Hey, what's going on, guys? We got Mike and Yuliya here again, and we just wanted to make this video real quick because it's something that's really been bugging us. We see like 95% of people who are drop shipping and doing other forms of e-com making these big mistakes, and it's costing them a ton of money. So we want to address these points quickly so that you can be one of the 5% that actually doesn't make these mistakes and really maximizes your revenue.
That was pretty good.
That is pretty good.
So let's get right into it. The first mistake that most dropshippers make is selling a product and not a solution.
Big problem.
So take, for example, the glow-in-the-dark dog collar that was really popular a couple of years ago. There were tons of dropshippers selling glow-in-the-dark dog collars. And they were like, look how cool this glow-in-the-dark dog collar is. Say that 5 times fast. Get it for 50% off. But then there was another dropshipper who created a story around it. And what they said was, there's X amount of dogs that get hit by cars at night. If your dog wears a glow-in-the-dark collar, that's going to protect them from getting hit by cars. So here, buy this solution.
Oh my God, that resonates with me so much more. I would not want my dog hit by a car, but I don't really care if my dog wears a glow-in-the-dark collar.
Exactly. Or same thing goes for a dress. You can sell, here is this red dress. Excuse me.
Or you could say, oh my God, wear this red dress tonight to this function and you'll feel
like
amazing.
Date night, restaurant, whatever. Right? So if you create a story, a compelling emotion around a product, that is going to sell versus just a product, because people are on Facebook all day long, so they have a ton of products thrown at them. By selling a solution is how you're going to stand out.
Yes, and no products are winning products by default. They're winning products when you can get the right story and the right audience to that product.
And that's the thing. I think a lot of times people think drop shipping is just like, I'll find a cool product and it'll sell itself. No. Drop shipping is finding a cool product and being a really smart marketer and figuring out how to sell that product in a unique way. So that's what you really have to focus on. Like even, selling a pen, you can sell a pen, or you can sell something that's going to help you sign checks or, write letters or whatever the case may be. Like really think about how you can craft a compelling story around what you're selling, and don't give up. This is where testing comes in. You can try one story and it flops. You could try another way to position the product and it takes off. So, make sure you have several variations of how you're positioning the product as a solution, and test, because, most people are not going to, be successful the first time, and the product is never going to sell itself. So you have to keep trying.
Very Wolf of Wall Street trying to sell that pen there. I like it.
Sell me this pen.
All right, number 2. Biggest mistake, not having a mobile optimized website. A lot of people design their websites and they look at it on their computer because that's how they build it. But honestly, between all of our stores, the number is 91% of our traffic comes from mobile users. And that's just what it is now. If you're advertising online in social media, you are getting most of your clicks and most of your viewers are on their phones. So you need to make sure your product pages are mobile optimized. You want everything to be mobile friendly. You don't want a lot of scrolling. You need add to cart buttons above the fold. Lots of different things like that.
What does above the fold mean?
You need to be able to add if you click on a link to buy a product and you go to a product page, you want to be able to add that cart to your product add that product to your cart without scrolling at any point.
Perfect. I just want to add in something before we get on to the next point. Like, what you have to remember when it comes to conversion is the more effort that somebody has to put in to buy something, the less likely they're going to buy it. So if someone sees your ad on Instagram, they click over to your website and it's not user friendly, or they have to scroll all the way down to get to the buy button, like Mike said, they're much less likely to convert on your site. So make it easy for people and make sure you view it on desktop and mobile.
And if you're going to have pop-ups or something like that, make sure they work on mobile and they're not taking up the whole screen and they're not impossible to X out and things like that.
Exactly. If people get annoyed and try to X out, they're probably going to leave your site. So mobile optimization, remember, make it easy, more conversions. Okay. Yes. Number 3, this one is huge. If you don't take away anything else from this video about dropshipping, take away this. Most dropshippers do not set clear expectations on their website.
Yes.
So what are the biggest problems when it comes to dropshipping? Why is it different than buying something off Amazon? First and foremost, the delivery time, okay? So 12 to 20 days is not standard. And a lot of dropshippers, because they're scared to say that it takes 12 to 20 days to get their products, they just leave it out of the website. But the thing is, people don't mind waiting if they know they have to wait. The only time people really get upset is if they were expecting something but received something else. So
yes.
Set that expectation.
And if you're shipping things from the US to the US or vice versa, or however, if you have quick shipping times, then set that expectation and let them know they're going to get it quickly. But that's a huge thing. People will wait. And I've even seen stores and from other stores we've seen and mistakes that we've made in the past. If you add your shipping times to the product page, it does not hurt your conversion rate, even if your shipping times are high. And there's so many different ways to do it too, like saying product in hot demand. There's ways to actually turn it into a positive by talking about scarcity and limited supply and things like that.
I would say actually those are the top two things that we do, just so you guys have some actionable tips. Number one, we do say hot item in demand, please allow 2 to 4 weeks for delivery. So they know a lot of people are buying it and they're going to have to wait because it's so in demand.
Yeah, and those are for products that actually take 2 to 4 weeks. We do have other, US ones and things like that to go quicker. But anyway.
Yeah, but make sure you write that on the product page. The other thing that we recommend doing is having a shipping page on your website. So if people scroll to the bottom, they can click about us and then they can click shipping info.
Oh, you have to have that, yeah.
So you can write something like, we're excited to offer international worldwide shipping. Please allow 2 to 4 weeks to receive your order. So, you're just saying what it is. You don't have to explain, just say what it is and set that expectation. And you're going to get a lot less refunds and angry customers, very, very minimal.
Yes. Okay, that's a great point. So number 4 mistake that people are making is not knowing their numbers. And we've talked about this before, and it's a big pain point that we want to really hammer home. You have to know if you're making money and how much money you're making. That's the only way you'll be able to scale ads and do things like that. So, and you can check the comment section here. We will have in the description here, we'll have the link to our break-even calculator to figure out what your break-even return on ad spend is and things like that. But you need to always make sure you know exactly how much you're paying for your website and all your apps and your cost of goods. And if you have people on your payroll doing customer service or other, assistance like that, you have to know all those prices and figure out exactly if you're making money or not and how much money you're making. That's the only way you will be able to grow a business. And we believe personally in the theory of profit first and then scale. So make sure you know exactly your margins and scale up.
You have to remember that success with dropshipping or e-commerce, it's not a guessing game. It's very strategic and data driven. So the first part of succeeding is having a plan. And in order to have a plan, you need to know your numbers. Success is not an accident. It's calculated, it's data driven. So allow that to drive your strategy. So know your numbers.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And the 5th and final mistake that dropshippers make is not building a back end.
Can I talk about this first?
Okay.
I want to take this one so badly.
Okay.
All right, so most ads you run are cold traffic, and that is the very top of the funnel. Those are people who don't know you, don't know your store, have not seen anything like that. And if you're only relying on that to make money or to get sales, it's crazy. You need to, retarget people with ads, people who have been on your website, people who have added to cart, people who like your page on Facebook, anything like that. Those people, they've already become familiar with you, which is the biggest hurdle in selling anything online. Those people are your warm audience, and you need to spend money selling to them. And in addition to that, sorry, I took this whole thing. This one's my passion.
Go for it.
Also, email retargeting. It's huge. You need to have an abandoned cart flow set up. When so many people add things to their cart and then abandon their checkout. They want to see the price, they wanted to see the shipping, whatever. And you need to have an automated email system where they get emailed and you need to address their objections, whether it's not knowing who you are. So maybe you could put reviews and things like that in the email, showing some sort of trust. You can send them coupons to help them push them over the edge, offer free shipping, things like that. It's huge, huge, huge. Abandoned cart emails make so much money. And not to overwhelm you, but the email that we see that makes the most money is a welcome series email. So you should have some sort of pop-up on your website, whether it's an app like Yuliya, where they get a gamified discount, or some sort of pop-up when they're trying to exit your website that gives them a coupon in exchange for their email. And then you give them a welcome series email where you introduce your product.
This is someone who has been on your website but has not yet added something to their cart. So this is separate from an abandoned cart. It's earlier in the funnel.
So these people are not people from the abandoned cart. That's a good point. But they get they exchange their email address for some sort of coupon, and that email makes more money than any other email you will ever send. Even if you don't, you just, put the same coupon in there again that you already gave them for their email. You can just build trust. You can talk about why you started this store, what your mission is, things like that. And that one will convert more than any other email.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you think about reasons why people don't buy when they see your product in an ad, or rather your solution, if you're taking our instructions, they don't buy because they've never heard of you, they don't trust you, or maybe the price is too expensive for an impulse buy, right? Or maybe, some people just need to see something a few more times before they buy it. So you really have to get everyone at all of these angles, right? So like Mike was saying, doing reviews, discounts, sharing with them a little bit more about the company and about the products that they were reviewing. So it's definitely very important to really follow up with customers. This is not a one and done situation. You really want to build a relationship with them. And same thing with existing customers. Like if someone just bought from you, they're way more likely than anybody else to buy from you again.
Give them another coupon.
Yeah, in the thank you email, give them another coupon, show them another product that they would be interested in that may go really well with the product they just bought, or that's a hot seller, So really think about different ways that you can make more money from what you have, because I think oftentimes, and I used to be like this for a really long time, thinking the answer is, making more money from Facebook ads, getting more customers, when really, when you think about, okay, I have these Facebook ads and I have these people on my site already, how can I make even more money out of them? Right? And then from there, when you scale, that's how you scale exponentially, right? Because if I was only focused on the one and done customers and just getting more one and done customers, I could have made more money, but now I make massively more money because not only are our Facebook ads, reaching more people, but we're also making more money because we have those retargeting, and nurturing systems set up. So that's something really important.
Yeah, even the sloppiest, the worst put together automatic email flows like that for abandoned carts and welcome series will increase your store revenue by 10%, and you don't have to pay a customer acquisition fee for that. The cost that someone, when you run an ad to someone and it costs $15 per purchase, you're paying $15 for a customer. But once someone has abandoned cart, you've already paid money to get their email address essentially, and retargeting them through email is free at that point, and you get to keep the money that you make from that minus the cost of goods. You're not paying any more advertising costs for that. And even the worst ones can get 10% increase, and then you can get, if you do it really well, you can get 25 to 30% of your store's sales are through email, which is massive profits.
Plus repeat customers.
That's huge.
So to sum up, the top 5 mistakes that drop shippers make and how you can get more money out of your business if you, don't do these things. Number 1 is selling a product and not a solution. So remember, think of creative ways to sell your product and position it as something unique. Number 2, make sure you have a mobile optimized website that is conversion driven, where people take minimal effort to click buy.
Number 3 is not setting clear expectations. Make sure you set very clear expectations about the shipping times and the quality of the products you're selling. If it's, clothing, make sure you explain what materials it is. Don't sell it as cashmere if it's not cashmere. People are going to know when they get it, and refunds and returns are going to cost you way more in the long run.
Good call.
Number 4, not knowing your numbers. We're obsessed with that. Know your profit margins. Check the description for that spreadsheet to figure out your numbers. And number 5, biggest mistake is not building a back end. Literally 10 to 30% revenue just left on the table.
Yep. Build that back end,
Retarget
y'all.
people and send emails to people whose emails you have, whether they're customers, abandoned cards, or they just traded their email for a coupon code. That's it.
You want to talk about the back end a little more?
No, I
Not
don't.
horny
Sorry.
about that back end.
I want to talk a little bit about the back end. Anyway, those are the mistakes people are making. Now go out there, fix your
Make that
websites.
money.
Don't make those mistakes anymore, and let us know how much better your stores are and how much more money you're making because of this.
And if you guys have any questions, make sure to comment down below and
We're around to answer.
them. All right. Bye, guys.